Hey guys, Jake here. Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. Today I have a special video for you. It's actually a video that we filmed months ago, and it is the third film out of the RuggedMade visit here to the Dude Ranch. If you guys have been following on or along with the channel for a while, you know that back in the early summer, the guys from RuggedMade came down to the Dude Ranch and we split a bunch of wood, and they checked out all the modifications that I had done to my RuggedMade splitter. We had a great day. What you don't know, or some of you don't know, is that they also brought down a new splitter to the Dude Ranch, and it's been sitting here for quite some time because I was waiting for them to actually release it to the public and make the announcement, and then I could, start using it around here at the Dude Ranch and finally release this video. So this video is from a couple months ago, like I said, of RuggedMade's brand new tractor mount 3-point hitch hydraulic wood splitter. It's a 22-ton unit. Me and Jared had a bunch of fun unloading it, figuring it out, hooking it up to my tractor. We did it kind of an unconventional way, as you'll see. And then we split some wood, and the unit was great, and some of you guys have seen it in my more recent videos kind of lurking in the background. It's kind of hard to hide because it's a pretty big unit, but this is going to be the video coming up of us and me trying it out for the very first time. Hope you guys enjoy.
All right, so we're still here with Jake at Dude Ranch DIY, and we brought something kind of special for him to check out. So Jake, this is our new 3-point tractor mount log splitter.
This looks pretty cool. This is awesome.
So we've seen all Jake's videos. He's got this nice Kubota tractor, and this is a new product that we've wanted to launch for a while, and we thought what a great opportunity to come down, and Jake knows his way around these machines, and he's got plenty of wood to split, so this would be a fun chance to let him just sort of try it out and let us know what he thinks.
Absolutely. This looks like it could be pretty cool and very maneuverable, especially on more difficult terrain, and just bringing it right to the wood. I'm excited to try it out.
Yeah, so we'll get it hooked up to his tractor. We're going to show a couple different options about hooking it up, and show where a tractor mount splitter like this can be useful. It's not for everybody, but it does have a pretty good use when you've got a lot like this. So let's get her opened up and get it unloaded.
Let's get it unloaded.
Perfect. All right, so here we've got our TR22 3-point tractor mount log splitter. It's a new product for RuggedMade, and what we're going to be doing today is hooking it up on Jake's tractor here, and we're going to do some interesting things with the hydraulics, as we'll discover. I think let's get started. We'll get it cut off this pallet, get it mounted up to your 3-point, and go from there. So,
all right,
let's get it these guys. Maybe now with the turnbuckle, with the top link, we can adjust our level, right?
Yeah. So, let's see. Why don't I pick it up a little bit?
Yeah.
And see.
Yeah, that looks good. Actually, pretty close to level. Maybe when we get off the hill, we'll adjust it a little more.
Yeah.
All right.
But we're in the air, so.
All right, let's get this out of here. Looks like it already split its first batch of wood.
Yeah, look at that. We didn't even have to break a sweat.
Magic.
All right, so what's the next step here, Jared?
Well, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about how we came up with this. Again, it's one of the reasons it's so great to come down and hang out with you and hear more about the kind of splitting you do and how you're using the other machine you have. We've had feedback of people who they maybe have a tractor and they maybe don't split all day every day. They're not heavy commercial users, but they want to have a splitter and they don't necessarily want to have another standalone machine with another engine, another pump and hydraulic fluid and all that. They just want to be able to utilize their tractor. Now, as we get into, we'll see what we're going to be using for the hydraulics, because You may have auxiliary hydraulics, may not, may have a PTO-driven pump. We're going to be doing something kind of interesting today, as you'll see, where I think we're going to be hooking up to maybe your loader hydraulic circuit.
So because I don't have a backhoe or any other hydraulically driven implements off the back of the tractor, I don't have any rear remote reservoirs where you would typically hook up a backhoe or this machine to. So my chipper is hydraulically driven, but it's off the PTO. It has its own pump.
Gotcha.
So I kind of avoided that there. But today I think our best option would be to hook up to one of the functions of the loader. And while we're splitting, I'll just hold that loader valve or bungee cord it in the open position to allow constant flow for the splitter. And fingers crossed, I think it should work.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a little fun today, kind of improvise a little bit, but I think this is somewhat realistic for some folks who, they may end up with a PTO-driven pump if they don't already have the auxiliary hydraulics, or they may end up doing what we're gonna be doing today, and just, when they're operating this, maybe they're not running their loader, and we'll make it work.
Yeah, definitely.
And what we've got here are some extra hoses to make sure we can reach. The two hoses that come standard with the machine are really meant ideally to get to either remote hydraulics here or a PTO-driven pump. But we brought some extensions that should get us all the way up front.
So essentially on my tractor, since I have a grapple attachment for the front of it, I've added the third function valve, which are these two. And just judging by the size, they look pretty comparable. Our initial plan was to hook up to one of the loader function valves.
So that's your lift arms or your bucket tilt?
Right, the curl or lift arm. And these, just by looking at it, look to be a little bit smaller. But I'm going to go ahead and detach one of these. I'm not exactly
that's on me.
sure.
Jake did give me some dimensions before I came down, and I guess I don't follow directions so well, so I came down with oversized connectors.
Yeah, so those are a little bit too big.
Yeah. We might have some leakage if we went with that one.
I think so. But now I think we should be able to pop this.
Now these are cone connectors, so they should mate up pretty well with that style. There's also the ball style.
Okay, let me release the pressure in the third function. And now, let's see if we're able to get this on.
There we go.
There we go, that's one.
All right, so score one for industry standardization.
Yes.
As long as you get
That's
the right
a win.
size. All right, so that's
now we got this. And that's on there.
All right. So just tell us again what kind of flow rate we might be able to expect here, approximately,
So
compared to the other connections.
From what I was told by the dealer, the third function valve is probably the most restrictive flow on the tractor because all it's really designed to do is open and close the grapple. So it doesn't take a lot of flow to do that, which is why I think we were aiming to try and hook up to the loader valves, because they do require a little bit more flow to get all of that pressure, to be able to lift and curl and stuff. So I think they said we might be looking at about 3 to 4 gallons per minute out of this, and we're gonna have to hold the button open on the third function valve buttons here on my loader control lever. But I'm glad that they hooked up as easily as they did, and I'll be interested to see how it performs on the log splitter side of things.
Yeah, I think one of the most common questions we get, whether it's about this design, because again, this came from input from customers asking for this, but the people want to ask about flow rate. Now, if it's one of our machines that comes with a pump, we can tell folks exactly what the flow rate is. If this was a fully fleshed out 322 with its pump, it's a 13 gallon per minute pump. It's also available with a 16 gallon per minute pump. So people want to know cycle times. Well, this is going to be very tractor dependent, what hydraulic system you got it hooked up to. So I'm guessing, since this isn't really meant for continuous use, we may not want to run it too long off of that circuit, and we're probably not going to see blistering cycle times. And so maybe we'll come back later if we can get some different size connectors and hook it up to the higher flow connections. But let's fire it up while we've got it hooked up.
Okay.
Hey, Louie. What's up, buddy? You get your ball? Hi. Hi. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Can I see the ball? Can I see it? There you go. Boy, bud. While you were gone, Louie took over and did a really good job, so.
New assistant.
Yeah, he's in.
Pretty soon.
Key grip.
Yeah, pretty soon I'll be having him stack the firewood for me. He loves picking up sticks. All right.
All right,
now,
so yeah, if you want to hold that down.
I'm going to start out holding out both buttons, I guess, because both circuits would need to be open,
right.
I'm assuming.
Right, open loop.
So, here we go.
Let's see what we got. Nothing yet.
Try that.
Nope, there we go. So there's probably some air in the line.
Let me,
so
let me rev it up a little bit. Go ahead. Yeah, that seems like air to me.
Yeah. So we'll see if your system is self-purging.
Yeah, should be.
There, it's picking up the pace.
Yeah, I hear the air. Oh, got a slight leak.
Got a little bit of leak. So
I think that was just the air coming out.
Yeah. Now, the out and the back are both working with the lever forward, so I think it depends on which button you press.
Okay.
So that's, I would say, reverse function as far as this valve's concerned, because it really should be going back in this mode.
Okay.
So what did you switch?
So let me hit both of them.
That's also backwards. There we go. So you'll keep that button in. Okay, so that would be the typical extend retract orientation.
So we're gonna have to keep
and the D10
pressed.
looks like it's working.
Okay, cool.
So,
now, I'm curious, if I rev it up, will it go any faster?
Let's see. You know, that's not all that much slower than it would be with a two-stage log splitter pump. A bit. So I think to get the D10 going, you'd probably need a little adjustment.
Splits wood.
It seems to work. So before we keep going, this is a brand new machine, so it looks like we got a little bit of leaks we want to tidy up before we keep going. All right, so we're going to see if we got the couple of leaks that sprung up taken care of. Let's fire it up.
Okay.
I'll run the solenoid if you want to run the splitter.
Well, we should be good since we put a rubber band around there.
Yeah,
so
this is very high tech.
Yeah, very high tech. Let's hope that the rubber band isn't too dry rotted and doesn't snap off.
Yeah.
But
I think
we got a leak here.
That's even more than before.
That's a big leak.
Yeah.
So let's shut that off.
So
what is weird?
It looks like it did chew up. It might have chewed up one of the inner seals.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Because the other one is not leaking.
Piece, right, and that's the second piece of rubber that I pulled out of there. I thought it was off of this black little lip here, but I think it's actually the O-ring that went bad.
Yeah, now I did bring a goodie bag, and I'm just gonna go check and see if I have one more of these. Nothing staged here.
Nope.
Dude Ranch DIY, all about authenticity.
That's where the do-it-yourself comes in.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, so
now
let's give it a whirl.
Let's see what we got here. Okay.
All right, moment of truth.
So that's on. Now we can fire it up, put our
yes,
high-tech rubber band on here to keep this open. That's
not every solution to every problem has to be high-tech.
Yeah, sometimes keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So let's see if that actuator, that solenoid is actually working. Yeah, I got travel here, so I think we solved our leak problem.
Yeah, let me
one of the two.
Rev it up a little bit. How's that looking over there, Jared?
Looking good for now. Yeah, let's throttle up and split one.
Right.
I think we got it hooked up. I think that solenoid valve, may not be a long-term solution, but really the purpose of this was just to, bring it down, let Jay kind of try it out, mix up some of the splitting he's doing with the other machine, and give us some feedback. As I said, it's a new product for us, and I think it's going to work for a lot of people depending on their situation, and yeah, we just look
Definitely.
forward to hearing what you think.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to try it out. So I think it's about time we head down to the wood yard and start cutting up some rounds and send them through.
All right.
See how it does.
All right. Let's
All
do it.
right.
All right, well, we had a couple of hiccups getting it, getting the hydraulics connected, but other than that, it seems like it, handled the wood pretty well.
Yeah, it absolutely did. I'm impressed with it. The way that we have it hooked up and everything, the fact that I don't have rear hydraulic remotes, I was anticipating it going much slower than it did.
Yep.
So that, surprised me, and it's a great, machine. It split everything we put in front of it. We filled up, maybe about a third of a tote here in a couple minutes, and 4-way wedge is obviously a big help and speeds things up. But I think all in all, this machine definitely has its place in the RuggedMade family.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. Obviously you need a tractor, but I think it definitely has its place in the lineup as far as productivity and ease and maneuverability and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody who's got a machine like we're going to be using in a minute to split the rest of this, but they've got the tractor, and it certainly makes getting it to the wood lot pretty easy, and then bringing it back, maybe dropping it in a barn where it can stay out of the weather. And then cycle times, again, they're really going to vary. So the way we've got it hooked up right now probably isn't a good long-term solution, but it suffices for just kind of getting a feel for it. And then down the road, we'll probably try a few different things. Maybe we'll try a PTO pump, which is what a lot of people would use to power this. Or we'll try a couple different connectors, maybe hook it up to one of the loader functions, and maybe get a little boost in flow rate and use a circuit that's meant for continuous use.
Right, yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I was running the tractor RPM-wise around 2,500, which is like 540 PTO speed. So for those of you with tractors, I'm sure you're familiar with running it at 540. So just to give you like a control almost of where we were with the RPMs and the speed that we got out of it.
Yeah, and we're also not, I'm not familiar with this tractor, so I don't know exactly what the pressure coming out of that particular circuit is.
Right.
So we weren't using the D10, as you probably noticed. So when we maybe try it on a different circuit, we can do, it's an adjustable D10 log splitting valve. So we could probably just dial that in for that pressure, so
Yeah.
we can take advantage of that. And then it would be pretty much good to go.
Yeah, I think that would, speed it up too, the whole process.
Yeah.
If you didn't have to hold it, going back. Well, all right, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. As I'm sure you could tell from the footage from back when RuggedMade, came here to unveil this new unit. Jared and I had a lot of fun figuring out how to hook it up, and a little bit of troubleshooting, because obviously my tractor not having the rear remotes to just hook it up directly to made it a bit more challenging. However, we are working on a system. Probably it's going to end up being an auxiliary hydraulic tank coupled with a PTO driven pump to pump and power the 3-point hitch mount splitter. That way I can keep making videos on it, give my honest feedback, and that way I don't burn out my third function valve. But yeah, we had a great time, and hope you guys enjoyed checking that out. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button down below. We're getting close to the 3,000 subscriber mark. I'd really appreciate it. If you like this video and the other videos with Jared and the guys from RuggedMade, give the video a big thumbs up. Any questions, comments on the unit, put them in the comments section down below. And I've also in the description included a link directly to the RuggedMade website for the specific tractor mount 3-point hitch. So give that a click if you guys are interested in figuring out a little bit more about it. But that's gonna be it. So thanks as always for watching. I'm Jake. This is Dude Ranch DIY. We'll see you here next time.